Good morning and thank you for joining us today. This morning I attended a ceremony hosted by the Savannah Police Department that paid homage to the officers who paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving the people of Savannah. We had 57 officers that we honored. 36 of them were from the Savannah Police Department. Our officers are those who run to situations every single day when people are running out. Every day they put on that uniform, they don't know what they will face. However, with courage and with professionalism and with dignity, they do their work to protect those who live, work, and play and visit Savannah. And sometimes we experience the tragedy of losing one of them in the line of duty. And so when that happens, we have to come together as a community and honor their lives, because we realize that they didn't come to this alone. They are members of families, and we have to find ways to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Today I want to reiterate how grateful and thankful I am to all of those who make it their mission to protect and serve the city of Savannah and our surrounding communities. It's often interesting how people will talk about defund the police, but when they're in trouble, they need the police. And so I celebrate those who stay with us, particularly in very, very challenging times when they probably could be doing something else. And so I took the opportunity to break protocol a little this morning to ask for a round of applause for those who stay, those who serve. This morning we had a shooting incident not shooting incident, a violent incident, thank you, Chief, that occurred over on the west side of Savannah, and we're waiting for details of that. I know at least one person was critically injured. At this point, it appears to be domestic related. The Chief will be available with any updates if he has them. Last Wednesday, it was a great day for the city of Savannah as we got together, the city manager, myself, Alderman Wild O'Brien, Alderman Nick Palumbo, Mercy Housing. We celebrated the opening of 85 new affordable living homes at Savannah Gardens. And so efforts with partners like Mercy Housing helps to augment our $19 million investment in affordable housing. As I said last week, I believe, and the city of Savannah believes, that housing in Savannah should be affordable, available, and accessible. And we look forward to the opportunity to continue to partner with other organizations and with developers who want to play a part in Savannah's affordable housing efforts. The opening of these new homes was yet another step toward that goal. We're also asking the Savannah Cultural Resources and Water Resources Departments invites artists to submit proposals to install artwork on City of Savannah storm drains. So this is an opportunity for us to be really cool and do something really fun. We are seeking bold and original designs that call attention to our waterways, reducing pollution, and protecting our local ecosystems. Proposals from artists of all backgrounds and abilities are welcome, and we certainly encourage artists from Savannah first to apply. You can find out more information about this program and apply online by visiting savannahga.gov, savannahga.gov, and the deadline is Sunday, June the 5th. As evidenced by the heat, Summer Fun and Safety 2022 is just weeks away. We want to remind everyone that we have our younger generations in mind, and we have them covered with a plethora of activities to take part in, from jobs to camps to pop-up activities. There'll be something for everyone. And we're excited to announce yet another camp added to our lineup of fun activities for our youth this summer. This year, the city will host a cheer camp for ages 5 through 15. Registration is now open and takes place daily at the Paulson Softball Complex between 9:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. For more information, you can contact Betty Burns at 912-351-3852, 912-351-3852. and ask to speak to Betty Burns. If you are a young adult or you know of a young person between the ages of 16 and 24 looking for a summer job, please visit worksourcecoastal.org to apply for our summer employment program. Participants can earn up to $4,500 working 25 to 30 hours per week for their 8 to 10 week work experience or internship. And the deadline to apply is Friday, May the 27th. Friday, May the 27th. For more information on all of our summer camps, pop-up activities, and employment opportunities, please visit www.savannahga.gov/summer-fun. Applications are now available also for our Emerge Job Training Program to provide employment training scholarships for income-eligible residents of Savannah. Eligibility is based off of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development income requirements. The Child Development Associate Program will assist 80 qualifying Savannah residents over 2 years with earning a nationally recognized certification that will allow them to advance their careers in early childhood and education. The Certified Kitchen Cook Training Program will assist 10 qualifying Savannah residents for an 8-week certification period to earn 3 industry recognized credentials in the food service industry. These programs will defray the cost of tuition, equipment, and supplies associated with the job certification programs to ensure that our city has the human capital and meet the ever-growing demands of our local business and industry. Visit savannahga.gov/emerge scholarship for more information. www.savannahga.gov/emerge EMERGE scholarship for more information. We also have a grant program available for small businesses impacted by COVID-19. The City of Savannah's Small Business Recovery Program creates an opportunity for us to provide limited financial assistance in the form of grants that you don't have to pay back to small businesses in Savannah that are directly impacted or were directly impacted by COVID-19. Eligible businesses may receive up to $10,000 in federal grant funds made available by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. For more information and for eligibility requirements, visit savannahga.gov/SBRP. savannahga.gov/SB as in boy, R as in Robert, P as in Paul. Or call 912-651-6488. Recently, as the city manager promised, he took the opportunity to further his work in right-sizing our organizational structure and making sure that we are clearly aligned for the work that we are requiring him to do. And so this assessment resulted in the need to add a service center to the city's structure to drive greater efficiencies and enhance service delivery to help accelerate our goal of getting back to basics. So last week, the city manager announced the creation of the new service center, which is called Government Operations. Government Operations will consist of 2 departments, very high-touch, very public-facing departments, sanitation and code compliance. As a result of the realignment, the Senior Sanitation Director, Jean Pravat, will serve as Interim Chief of Government Operations. The Assistant Sanitation Director, Johanna Andrews, will serve as Interim Senior Sanitation Director, and Code Compliance Supervisor Cynthia Knight will serve as Interim Code Compliance Director. In addition to the Service Center realignment, the Greenscapes Department finally, thankfully, after we've prayed, will be named back to what it is, Park and Tree. And I think I'm more excited about that than anything else. Greenscapes just didn't work. As much as we tried to make it work, it didn't work. It's Park and Tree. We're going to be back to Park and Tree. Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Speaking of the Sanitation Department, we are currently recruiting for multiple positions, earning up to $19 per hour. And we are asking folks who want to start a rewarding career with benefits, with a pension, with a great employer, the city of Savannah. And certainly we are encouraging those that are justice and criminal justice involved, justice impacted, will come and start your career with us. And this is an opportunity. You want the opportunity is here. And so please visit savannahga.gov/sanitation. savannahga.gov/sanitation. The start of hurricane season, unfortunately, is June the 1st. And so we want Savannah residents and businesses to start preparing themselves now. To receive updates and about potential hurricane impacts or other weather events from our partners at the Chatham Emergency Management Agency, text CEMA, C-E-M-A, to 77295. CEMA to 77295. And they will text you directly the best information coming from the National Weather Service and from the National Hurricane Center. And finally, a reminder, we are fully in the throes of voting season, and we want Savannahans to have a plan to vote. We want you to vote today, but if you don't vote today, we want you to be ready to have a plan to vote. When are you going to vote? Where are you going to vote? And we don't want you to wait until election day to do so. So we want to remind you that absentee ballots for the May 24th statewide primary are being mailed to homes now. So if you registered for one, be on the lookout. And early in-person voting goes until May the 20th, which is this Friday. And so for a full list of locations, I believe it's 5 of them, you can go to voter.chathamcountyga.gov. voter.chathamcountyga.gov. And if you want, like me, you want to make sure you're registered to vote, you want to see a sample ballot, you can go to mvp.sos.ga.gov. mvp.sos.ga.gov. And so that ends my prepared remarks this morning, and thank all of you for coming out, and we'll take any questions if you have them. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we are going after the hard things. Affordable housing is hard. Homelessness is hard. I think that you have a council that's committed to it, and you have a city manager that has a superb experience in it. And we have ARPA funds, and we are just uniquely prepared to go hard about affordable housing and homelessness. We recognize that there is only but so much we can do. I'm very concerned at the state level that Georgia allows non-judicial foreclosures, that basically folks can foreclose on people without even going to court. I'm concerned, obviously, that here in Georgia, that people can raise the rents on people without any guidelines. I mean, I understand that prices go up, but we are seeing and we're hearing about many people where landlords are saying we're raising your rent $500, $600, and if you can't pay it, you have to leave. And there's nothing that the city of Savannah can do about it because Georgia allows it. And I mean, those are the types of things that further complicate our situation. Again, we hear from so many people that say, you know, my landlord didn't renew my lease, or they renewed it at a much higher price, and I can't afford that. Where do I go? So we recognize we're working against the 8 ball, so to speak. And so we're doing as best as we can to get ours on board, get more affordable housing online, but we're going to need the state to change its opinion about how you deal, because the state's, the posture of our state is victimizing our residents. I mean, any of us, you think about it, if you're renting and your landlord doubles your rent, I mean, who could turn around and do that on a dime? And so it just makes things much more difficult for us. And so we'll provide housing on our end, but on the other end of it, we're going to call that out and say it's not right. It's not right. It's not there. It's regressive, and that we need our state to do something significant to stop these, in my mind, almost discriminatory practices.
Morning, Mayor. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. So, I believe this was a topic of discussion at City Council last week. Is there any update on the Broughton Street construction project?
Mr. Manager, Broughton Street, October. Yeah, so as you look, it's moving along, and you know, the interesting thing is, and I think what people have to realize is that, you know, we live in an old city, and no matter where, when you dig, you find stuff. And so the benefit is that we're able to address issues that we can remediate before it becomes a real issue. So we're able to do that at a cheaper cost, and we're able to do a fix. So I think people on Broughton Street will ultimately have much improved water flow, and a much more beautiful streetscape. Again, it's not been an easy process, but those who have endured it have been very pleased with the results.
Any thoughts for some of the businesses that might be affected now? I believe it was supposed to be June, now getting pushed back to October.
Right. Well, we recognize again, and we've been in communication with our business owners. We have deployed city staff to make sure people understood what was going on in every step of the process. We recognize that there are things such as supply chain issues that are pandemic related that are hampering our processes. You know, in a perfect world, we would be finished when we said we were. This world right now, our situation is anything less than ideal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Did want to ask about, I know you mentioned a few weeks back the possibility or something being explored with cooling centers around the city.
Yes.
Cooling centers. Where are we on that?
Soon, we're expecting within a couple of weeks to announce that was something that was very important to me as we reach mid-90s by this weekend. The fact is we need to have opportunities in places around our city for people to be cool and to be able to get water and those things. So city manager has been working very diligent with me on that, and so we expect to be able to announce something relatively soon. And we're hoping to deploy that this summer.
Excellent. And then lastly for me, the Parkwood Initiative. I know the TAC was looking at kind of hammering out the details. Wanted to see if you've
The what?
The Tourism Advisory Committee.
Mm-hmm.
Been looking at the Parkwood Initiative, possibly coming up with an ordinance. Have you heard anything on the progress of that?
I have not.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. All right, anything else? All right. Well, I want to thank you all again so much for us and for our council. We come to work every day going hard for our city. And I wanted to just take a moment to make sure we addressed that. You know, I expect, and our citizens expect, that we will always carry ourselves with dignity and decorum. For about 3 minutes last week, that did not happen. However, much cooler heads prevailed, and we continue with the city's business. That is what our city is all about, and I don't want it to be lost upon anyone that we are doing some life-changing work. While we mentioned the 84 units in Savannah Gardens, it also needs to be mentioned that we approved an interagency homeless authority, interagency council to be able to address homelessness, which is groundbreaking. We've expanded the seats on our CLC, our continuum of care, meaning now that we have government partners that will be a part of this process, which means we're all rowing in the same direction in homelessness. And that was due to the City of Savannah's efforts early on engaging our homeless service providers and the COC kind of getting on one accord, and now we've merged our efforts. Again, extremely exciting work, extremely hard work, and so I want to thank the city manager, Team Savannah, certainly the city council, in helping us to push forward on that work. We're going to keep the main thing, and we're not going to allow ourselves to be dismayed and deterred by temporary bouts of whatever it was. We're going to continue to maintain ourselves in a way that we should be proud of in this city. And I'm proud to be the lead servant in that. So thank you all so much. Have a great day, and certainly stay warm. Stay cool. I'm saying stay warm. It's warm. Stay cool.